Hi, I'm Ruben Saltzman with Structure Tech Home Inspections, and today we're going to talk about emergency releases for garage doors. I'll talk about why you might need one, how it works, and I'll show you how to install one. So I bring this up because in last week's video about inspecting overhead garage door openers, I talked about the importance of having an emergency release, but I just kind of glossed over it right at the end of the video. So today I want to get into some more specifics about that. Number one, why would you need an emergency release? If you've got a detached garage and there's no way to get into that garage other than the overhead door, meaning you don't have a service door on the garage, what are you supposed to do if you can't use your overhead garage door opener? And I'll give you a few scenarios. Number one, your overhead garage door opener goes bad. It burns out, something goes wrong, it goes kaput. How do you get into your garage? Okay, here's another scenario. You lose power. Power goes out. You got no power to your neighborhood. What do you do? How do you get into your garage? How do you get your car? Okay, number three, the stupid home inspector, I say that because I've done this before. The home inspector is going around the outside of the house and they use their GFI tester and they remotely trip a GFI outlet located inside the garage. Now there's no power to the garage and the only way to get inside the garage is through the overhead door, and you need power to do that. So a bunch of potential scenarios where you have no power to the overhead garage door opener and you can't get into the garage. What do? You got to break into the garage. How? You can look up other videos. I'm not going to show you how to do it, but I'll tell you, I've had to do it myself. It's pretty embarrassing. So every garage with this situation needs to have, and when I say need, I mean it's just common sense. There's no code requirement for this, but it sure is a smart thing to do. Every one of these garages needs to have an emergency release installed. Something where you can still get into the garage even if you don't have power, even if that garage door opener isn't working. And it's a very simple process. It's super simple to do. All you need to do is install this little $10 device. You drill a couple holes in your door, you pop this thing in there, you tie it to the release on your overhead door, and you're good to go. So first, why don't I show you how the installation process works. I have a garage here where I'm going to show you how this works. Now, this garage already had one, but I didn't have access to the keys. I didn't have any keys for it. And if you don't have keys, it's worthless. You need a pair of keys that look something like this for these emergency releases. So, didn't have the keys, so I had to replace it. The only thing that I'm not showing you in this video is drilling the actual holes in the overhead door. Now that part is pretty simple. You need to have I think it's like a 3/4 inch drill bit and another 3/16 inch drill bit. And you drill a few holes in the front of your door and then you're ready to install the device. So that's the only part I'm not showing you. The next part, you take the emergency release, you feed it through the hole in your door, and you put the screws through the holes. And you'll notice the front of these screws are rounded, and it means that they will lock into place, but you can't come from the outside and just unscrew it with a screwdriver, which will be unsecure. It'd be very easy to break into that garage if that was the case. Next, you'll head inside your garage and you'll attach washers and little nuts that come with the package. You want to get them started on the screw posts. And then ideally, you'll have a deep socket attached to your drill, and you can zip them on there really quick and get it nice and tight. Don't over tighten it, just tight enough to keep it in place. The next part is to take that cable and attach it to the emergency release on your garage door opener. You could attach it to the cord, you could attach it directly to the release bracket, whatever you want to do. Attach it somewhat securely so it's not going to fall off, and that's it. You're done. That's all it takes. And the way this works, if you need to get inside your garage, is you head outside, you take one of your keys, you stick it in this device, you turn it, and you just pull it right out. And then you give it a little yank, and as you're pulling, you are detaching your overhead garage door from the opener, and now you can open the door freely. I had a little trouble here because there was no grab point at the bottom of the door. It was tough for me to kind of stick the tips of my fingers under the door. It was a little tight, but I got it. And here's what it looks like from the inside. You can see I'm pulling the cable out of here, and then I give it a little yank, and it disconnects the door from the opener, and you can get inside the garage. So this is something we like to suggest when we're doing a home inspection and we come across the garage where the only way to get in is through the overhead door. It's a very simple process to install one of these. They cost about 10 bucks, and it's the old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's really what this all comes down to. So if you don't already have one, and you've got a detached garage like I'm showing you in this video, order yourself one up and get it installed as soon as possible. All right, I'm Ruben Saltzman with Structure Tech Home Inspections. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.